We're hearing from California's former top emergency management official, Mark Ghilarducci.
Before he retired 2 years ago, Ghilarducci stood alongside Governors Brown and Newsom. He worked on the state's biggest emergencies, and he has spent the last 40 years responding to major natural disasters. KCRA 3's Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala sat down with him to get his perspective on the response and preparation for the Los Angeles fires.
You've seen it all. I mean, 40 years in this and serving under a couple of administrations. I mean, just where does this rank in the disasters that you have either responded to or seen?
Well, I think it's still unfolding. I mean, I've unfortunately been at some very devastating, catastrophic events all around the world. It is probably, as far as California is concerned, one of the worst we've seen.
Was there anything from like where you stood at Cal OES that you felt like may have gone unheard at the local level, or maybe not unheard, but just not as prepared as maybe you would have warned at Cal OES?
It's unclear. I mean, I would just say this about that question, and it's a good question and one that many people are asking. You know, California over the last 10 years, going through one wildfire disaster after the other, the amount of investments that have been done by the governor and the legislature, by our local governments in building capacity to deal with these kind of things, everything from technology and doing situational awareness to see what's coming at us, right? Which was employed in this particular event. There were a lot of things that were done. I don't think necessarily when you're at the heat of the battle, all of that gets communicated, you know, about what was done. Everybody's focusing about what are you doing right now. You know, I think, you know, we'll learn more. Each one of these events is a little different. This one, obviously, you know, one thing I took away from it is that Mother Nature continues to outpace us.
I want to totally acknowledge you are an apolitical person, and you always have been, and you have seen for decades of disasters. But I am curious, just sort of now, as you watch the rhetoric we see online between both parties on this, is that something you have ever seen before on a disaster that, I mean, typically in this time we see people come together. Just what do you make of all that? Well,
the short answer is yes, I've seen discourse many times. I mean, for years. I mean, if you go back and pull tape on 9/11, or you pull tape following Hurricane Katrina, and it's not uncommon to have discourse through these things. But when it's all said and done, I think really people want to do the right thing, and our political leaders come together to achieve the objective.
Regardless of what might be said online.
It does happen. In 21, when we had the fires along the CZU complex in LNU, we had fires all throughout California. You know, it was a similar President Trump administration, and we're here. You know, there was a lot of rhetoric around that, but in the end, you know, I always found President Trump, the Trump administration, and his FEMA to step up and help the state of California when we needed it most.
And you can assume it will probably happen.
Well, I believe so. I think it's in the best interest of our nation. LA is a very unique place. It's got an economy that not only just drives California, but it drives the nation and globally. It's got the industries in aerospace and entertainment and all these things that we need to make sure get rebuilt and can get back operating again, so that we can get things moving in the right direction.
And that was our Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala with that interview. More than 67,000 people have already registered for FEMA assistance, and more than $23 million is approved so far for individual and households.